You may have heard a very dramatic claim. It says Iran can hit the United States with a missile in 40 seconds. This idea spreads quickly online. It sounds terrifying. It suggests an instant threat that cannot be stopped. But is it true? To find out, we need to look at the real world. We need to examine physics, distances, technology. This essay will do just that. We will use simple language, clear facts. Our goal is not to create fear. It is to provide a calm, factual understanding of the situation. The word hypersonic is used a lot. It is important to know exactly what it means. In simple terms, hypersonic speed is any speed above Mach 5. Mach 1 is the speed of sound. So, Mach 5 is 5 times the speed of sound. The speed of sound is not constant. It changes with air temperature. It changes with altitude. But at sea level, it is about 343 meters per second. This means Mach 5 is about 1,715 meters per second, or over 6,100 kilometers per hour. This is very fast. But speed alone does not make a weapon a true hypersonic weapon in the modern sense. Modern hypersonic weapons have two key features. First, high speed. They fly at Mach 5 or faster for a large part of their journey. Second, maneuverability. A true hypersonic weapon can change its direction during flight. It does not follow a simple, predictable path like a cannonball. This ability to steer makes it very difficult for missile defense systems to track and intercept. There are two main types of these advanced weapons. First, the hypersonic glide vehicle, or HGV. It glides at hypersonic speed and can fly lower, making detection harder. To understand Iran's claims, we must know the difference between a ballistic missile and a true hypersonic weapon. A ballistic missile launches a warhead on a rocket into a high, predictable arc. After the rocket burns out, the warhead coasts through space before gravity pulls it down. While many ballistic missiles reach hypersonic speeds during re-entry, they aren't considered true hypersonic weapons because their path is fixed and predictable. This predictability is their key weakness, allowing missile defense systems to calculate their trajectory and intercept them. Some ballistic missiles use a maneuverable re-entry vehicle, or MAR-V, which can make small adjustments in the final phase to evade defenses. But this is not the same as a hypersonic glide vehicle, which can maneuver for much of its flight. Analysts note that Iran's Fateh appears to be a ballistic missile equipped with a MAR-V, not a true hypersonic weapon. Iran has spent decades building its missile program. Today, its arsenal is the largest and most diverse in the Middle East. According to U.S. Central Command, Iran possesses over 3,000 ballistic missiles. This collection includes short and medium-range missiles that can reach across the region, including Israel and parts of southeastern Europe. This large number forms the core of Iran's strategic deterrent. Even if not the most advanced, large salvos can overwhelm defenses, a strategy of saturation. This poses a real danger for Middle Eastern countries and U.S. forces stationed there. In the regional balance, the quantity of Iran's arsenal is as important as its quality. In recent years, Iran has made high-profile announcements about new hypersonic missiles. Most prominently, the Fateh series. Iran unveiled the Fateh 1 and later showed a concept for the Fateh 2. They claim the Fateh 1 can reach up to Mach 15 with a range of about 1,400 kilometers, maneuvering inside and outside the atmosphere. These are very bold statements. The Fateh 1 does not seem to be a true HGV. Imagery is more consistent with a medium-range ballistic missile. A warhead stage with a small motor and movable nozzle suggests a MAR-V configuration. It can maneuver in the terminal phase, but it does not glide long distances like an HGV. Fateh 2 was unveiled in November 2023 and is still under development. Analysts note Fateh 1 has not proven itself operational or effective in combat. Claiming a successor while the original is unproven demands caution. Mach 15 and other claims have not been independently verified. Without test data, we must take Iran's word for it. The Fateh program shows ambition, but the reality of its capabilities remains unconfirmed. A healthy dose of skepticism is warranted when announcements outpace verified testing. Building a true hypersonic weapon is one of the most difficult engineering tasks in the world. Many experts are skeptical that Iran currently possesses the full capability. At hypersonic speed, friction generates extreme temperatures, hot enough to melt steel at around Mach 10. Special, costly materials like carbon-carbon and ceramic matrix composites are required. Some analysts argue Iran likely lacks capacity to manufacture these at scale. Guidance electronics must survive heat and vibration. Control surfaces must function flawlessly. Superheated air can form plasma, blocking radio and GPS updates. Extensive high-temperature wind tunnel work and rigorous flight tests are essential and expensive. Even after success, tight tolerances and cost limit production numbers. Only a handful of nations show credible progress. Even leaders have not used new-generation hypersonics in battle. These hurdles make claims of rapid, fully operational hypersonic capability difficult to credit without evidence. Now we return to the central claim, an Iranian missile hitting the United States in 40 seconds. We can use simple math to see if this is possible. The shortest distance over the Earth's surface is a Great Circle route. From Tehran, Iran, to Washington, D.C., in the United States, is approximately 10,200 kilometers. To make the math easier, use 10,000 kilometers, 10 million meters. Next, speed is distance divided by time. That equals 250,000 meters per second. Divide by the speed of sound, roughly Mach 730. No known or theoretical missile can achieve Mach 730 in atmosphere. Iran's own claim of Mach 15 is about 50 times slower than required. Even the fastest man-made objects do not go that fast in atmosphere. The space shuttle re-entered at about Mach 25 with immense heat loads. At Mach 730, heat would vaporize any known material. Assuming Mach 15, 10 million meters takes about 1,944 seconds. That is about 32 minutes, in the ballpark of ICBM flight times. Even with optimistic speeds, intercontinental flight is measured in many minutes, not seconds. The 40-second claim fails basic physics. The 40-second claim also reveals a deep misunderstanding of how long-range missiles work. A missile cannot fly through the Earth. It must travel over its curved surface. For intercontinental distances, the path typically goes high into space. An ICBM launches, climbs to over 1,000 kilometers, coasts in space, then re-enters. Total flight time is around 30 to 40 minutes. An HGV glides within the atmosphere, experiencing drag that slows it over time. Its edge is maneuverability and lower path, not intercontinental speed. Even fractional orbital concepts at Mach 23 would still take many minutes. Real warning time is measured in minutes, short but not instantaneous. The 40-second fantasy compresses the globe and creates false helplessness. Geography and physics say otherwise. While Iran cannot hit the US, its missile program poses a serious regional threat. Its short and medium-range missiles can reach U.S. allies like Israel and Saudi Arabia, as well as American bases and naval forces. This gives Iran tools to project power and deter attacks. Higher-performance missiles with maneuverable re-entry vehicles, like Fatah-1, are harder to intercept. Produced in large numbers, they could overwhelm regional defenses like Patriot, THAAD, and Israeli Arrow systems. This pursuit of advanced technology fuels a regional arms race, increasing instability and the risk of miscalculation. Show U.S. hypersonic programs, missile defense systems, and surveillance networks. These systems work together to detect, track, and respond to high-speed threats. Hypersonic development is a global arms race. The United States and China are considered leaders. Neither has used these new-generation weapons in battle. U.S. posture emphasizes layered defenses and rapid sensing. Allies share intelligence and integrate defenses to handle saturation and maneuvering threats. Emphasize measured analysis over hype. Capability development continues alongside diplomacy. In conclusion, the claim that Iran can strike the United States in 40 seconds is hype, not supported by facts. Simple physics and vast distance make it impossible. The required speed is far beyond anything achievable with current or near-future technology. Such claims should be dismissed as propaganda or misinformation. Iran does possess a large, capable ballistic missile force that threatens neighbors and U.S. interests regionally. Fatah displays suggest a ballistic missile with a maneuverable re-entry vehicle, not a confirmed hypersonic glide weapon. Maintain perspective. Rely on credible sources, verified tests, and basic science to assess real risks and challenges. For more military analysis, defense technology explained, and real geopolitical insights, subscribe to Battlescope.